The idea of a higher self is something that, at first glance, may seem like a stretch for many people to believe in, especially since it isn't something most of us have consciously experienced. But consider for a moment that maybe this higher self communicates with us in subtle, almost imperceptible ways. Imagine the vast possibilities that open up when we explore this concept. Picture your higher self as something always close, just within arm's reach, though we often miss its presence amidst the noise of our daily lives. It's there, patiently waiting, while our deepest desires serve as its quiet companions, nudging us toward revelations we sometimes can't quite grasp through our physical senses alone. Think about how our physical, spiritual, and emotional selves are all intertwined. These three aspects of our being don't exist in isolation, but are constantly interacting, whether we notice it or not. They shape our reality in both overt and nuanced ways, even if we sometimes choose to ignore this fact. But what does this higher self truly want from us? At its core, I believe it simply seeks our awareness. It wants us to wake up and tune into the energies around us, because without this connection, how could we possibly know what is nourishing for our soul and what might harm us? Today, we've come together on this spiritual journey to investigate this deeper part of ourselves. Together, we'll decode the mysterious signals that our higher self uses to get our attention. The first of these signs can come to us in the world of vivid dreams. Now, these dreams aren't just random or meaningless occurrences in the night. They are a powerful channel for communication from higher dimensions. When the universe or this higher dimension wants to send us a message, whether it's a sign, a warning, or an insight, it often uses our dreams as a medium. Think of your dreams as a bridge between your everyday self and your higher self. In this connection, you may encounter events that seem to defy the typical constraints of time, allowing glimpses of past, present, and future to blend seamlessly. These dreams are a sign that your higher self is trying to connect with you, especially when they reflect what's currently happening in your life. For instance, when your dreams mirror real-life events, it's like your soul is sending a direct message. It's a call to pay attention, to pursue your passions, and to move forward with purpose. Now, let's move to the second sign, one that's subtle yet profound, the phenomenon of mirroring. Have you ever been in conversation with someone only to realize that your words, thoughts, and actions seem to align perfectly with theirs? It's almost as if you are speaking from a shared consciousness. Imagine two friends talking, and one says something that the other was just thinking. This is the essence of mirroring. If you find this happening frequently, it's not just coincidence. It's a clear sign that your higher self is communicating with you. To fully interpret and embrace these mirrored moments, it's important to create time for stillness. In these quiet moments, you can deepen your connection with your soul, allowing its wisdom to flow more freely and guide you on your path. Without these pauses for reflection, the messages might get lost in the busyness of everyday life. The third sign, perhaps the most well-known, is intuition. Your intuition acts as a powerful guide, offering you truth and insight beyond what logic alone can provide. It's like a compass for navigating the twists and turns of life. One of the remarkable things about intuition is that it often gives us warnings before something happens. For example, imagine you're on your way to work and you have two options: your usual route or an alternate path that seems faster but is less familiar. You hesitate, and just for a moment you get a feeling, a hunch, that taking the alternate route might be a better idea. You trust that feeling and go with the new path. Later, you learn that on your usual route there was an accident that caused major delays. By trusting your intuition, you avoided that frustration and got to work smoothly. This is just one of the countless ways that intuition works to guide us in our daily lives. It helps us avoid unnecessary obstacles, and even when it leads us into situations that seem difficult at first, those moments often turn into opportunities for growth. That's why listening to your intuition is one of the wisest decisions you can make on your journey toward self-discovery. The fourth sign can feel a little unsettling, but it's just as important. The sudden appearance of certain people in your life. It's as if the universe sends specific individuals to you at exactly the right time, just when you need them most. These aren't random encounters. These people show up for a reason, part of a greater cosmic design. Their presence in your life is like a thread woven into the fabric of synchronistic events. Instead of resisting or questioning why they are there, try embracing the idea that the universe, in its wisdom, knows exactly what kind of support you need. It sends people your way to assist you on your journey. It's amazing to think about, isn't it? The way the universe seems to orchestrate these meetings only reinforces the idea that we are deeply connected to forces beyond what we can see or touch. Another important sign comes in the form of our thoughts. We often take our thoughts for granted, assuming they are just random or fleeting. But in truth, they can serve as a significant communication tool between our conscious mind and our higher self. The thoughts that pass through your mind aren't just idle musings. They shape your worldview and how you respond to life's challenges. Our higher self gently pushes us toward positive thinking, encouraging us to see the importance of the relationships and connections that matter most. Through mindfulness practices like meditation, we can begin to distinguish between thoughts that come from our ego, those based on fear, doubt, or insecurity, and those that come from our higher self, which are rooted in intuition, love, and guidance. Quieting the mind allows us to connect with this deeper part of ourselves, opening up a space for profound inner wisdom to emerge. Sometimes, as we go through this process of spiritual growth, we may experience the next sign, the distancing or separation from certain people in our lives. As you evolve and work to become a better version of yourself, you may find that some relationships no longer serve you in the same way. This shift can feel strange, maybe even painful, but it's part of the natural process of growth. When you start attracting more positive, enriching relationships, it's because you're aligning more closely with the higher frequencies of your soul. In some cases, the people you distance from may be undergoing similar transformations, and the separation happens naturally, without any conflict. You'll begin to connect with people who are on the same wavelength, who support your growth and encourage your journey. Though separation can be hard, trusting that your higher self is guiding you toward greater alignment makes it easier to navigate. Another sign your higher self is communicating with you is through the intensity of your emotions. When you start to deeply connect with your higher self, your emotional world may become more vivid and powerful. You might experience waves of emotion that feel overwhelming at times, feelings of sadness, joy, or deep introspection. These emotions are important signals indicating that your inner world is shifting. Even challenging emotions, like moments of sadness or reflection, are part of the process, as they help you forge a deeper connection with your higher self. Sometimes, as this connection grows stronger, you may feel a desire to retreat into solitude. This urge to spend more time alone, away from the usual hustle and bustle, is another sign that your higher self is calling you inward. You might notice that you're less drawn to social events or activities you once enjoyed, but this withdrawal isn't something to fear. It's a chance to reconnect with your inner self and the spiritual dimensions of your existence. Meditation becomes a crucial practice during this time. The urge to meditate, to sit in silence and stillness, is a sign that your higher self is reaching out. By meditating, we open a doorway to the spiritual realm, allowing us to step back from the material world and focus on the essence of who we truly are. I, too, have felt this inner call to meditate more frequently. It's hard to explain in words, but there's a deep inner knowing that urges me to dedicate more time to this practice. Meditation calms my mind and helps me feel more present, more whole. Finally, one of the most exciting signs of a deepening connection with your higher self is a newfound sense of inspiration and enthusiasm for life. You might start to notice big changes happening, whether it's in your personal goals, your career, or your relationships. This renewed energy comes from being aligned with your higher self, and it often leads you to explore new opportunities or take bold risks you might not have considered before. When you tap into the power of your higher self, the world opens up in unexpected ways. You may find yourself pursuing dreams that once felt too daunting or embracing challenges that once filled you with fear. These moments of transformation are proof of the profound influence your higher self can have on your life. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. If this resonated with you, please share your thoughts and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this message with others who may benefit from it.